As some of you might know, I own the Los Angeles-based egg donor agency Graceful Beginnings Egg Donation. And something that a lot of the hopeful parents that I work with are surprised by is that before you can utilize donor eggs, there are actually tests that you need. You know, we think so much about all the evaluations that the donor or the sperm donor will need, but often the intended parents also need various tests. So I'm going to go over what those are. And so for female patients, you know, it's important that they get these tests. I mean, if they're going to be the one carrying the pregnancy, if they're using a surrogate, that's a different story. But if the woman will be the one carrying the pregnancy that hopefully results from the donor eggs, the test that she's going to have help to ensure that she doesn't have any health issues that could impact the implantation and the development of the embryo. And for a male patient, if he will be the one providing the sperm, they need to make sure that that sperm can support the production of a healthy embryo. Okay, so the screening for women, it starts with a review of her medical records. The doctor wants to see, you know, what happened during, you know, past treatments that she had, how long it's taking her to become pregnant. So that is the first step. It's followed by a physical exam. Patients 40 and older, well, I should have said a physical exam if the patient is 40 or older. They need this just to confirm their overall health. It usually includes testing for diabetes, heart disease, and usually a mammogram and colonoscopy. Blood work is another important evaluation for women, as it allows the fertility specialist to analyze her hormones, determine her blood type, the Rh factor, see if she has syphilis, rubella, hepatitis B or C, HIV, chlamydia, CMV. So it allows them to thoroughly look at the current state of the woman's health. An ultrasound helps the doctor determine if the woman has any uterine abnormalities like endometrial polyps, adhesions, fibroids, anything that could prevent the implantation and the growth of the embryo. An HSG. So some women require this non-surgical fertility evaluation that also helps the doctor detect uterine abnormalities that they might not be able to properly assess through an ultrasound. Okay, for the men, the big thing is semen analysis, and this allows specialists to assess the quantity, the quality, and the movement of the man's sperm. And some men also require a semen culture to determine if they have a bacterial infection. Often they also do anti-sperm antibody testing, and so this detects proteins that could damage or kill sperm. Men also receive a blood test because we also need to know the man's blood type, his Rh factor, and test again for the presence of syphilis, hepatitis, all of the things that they're looking for in the woman. And then pre-conception genetic testing is important for the man if he is going to be providing the sperm. Women don't need this because if they're using a donor egg, they're not providing genetics, you know, to the baby. So for men, they need to have genetic testing to determine if they are a carrier for any inheritable genetic conditions that could be an issue for the baby. The donor is also tested for these, and so say the man is a carrier for something, some condition, but the donor isn't, then they can still likely move forward. But if the donor is also a carrier of the same condition, then you know, it doesn't mean that you definitely can't move forward, but it means you'd have to talk to a geneticist, you know, really determine if it is safe to move forward with that egg donor. And in some situations, men also will need a colonoscopy or, you know, analysis of his heart health. All right, so those are just some of the general evaluations that men and women go through before they start the process of of utilizing donor eggs. And again, it just helps to make sure that they increase the chance that it can all result in the birth of a healthy baby. If you have any questions about this, fertility treatments, pregnancy, childbirth, parenthood, let me know in the comments below.